Ricky presents some fancy examples of dog hairstyles here. A mouse hole with a for sale sign. May I interrupt you for a moment?
Why, sure. Need some tips regarding your unkempt hair? I definitely see great potential there, but the missing hand of a professional is clearly visible.
My hair? No. Don't you usually do dogs and cats?
That's true, but hair is hair. And when I see such a problem case like you, I'm forced to interfere.
Yeah, I really appreciate that, and maybe I'll come back to your offer later, but I am here for another reason. I'd like to help in the search for Mr. Fumbleclaw, Lady Diane Longbottom's cat. Surely you know which cat I mean.
Oh no, please don't remind me. Ever since that poor cat disappeared, I am a nervous wreck. That's a total disaster.
So you know who I'm talking about?
But of course, snow white hair, voluminous, no split ends, one of the most beautiful cats I had ever had the pleasure of styling, or had planned to do.
What happened?
Well, I had almost completed all preparations for another hairy work of art. The water had almost the right temperature. The battery of my mobile cat hairdryer was almost charged. Comb and scissors were arranged in perfect symmetry on the dressing table. The meditative pet relaxation music was playing at the perfect volume. And all that was left to do was to take one last creative cigarette break.
Then what?
And then, after the nicotine began to unleash its full creative energy, and I wanted to start working, no trace of Mr. Fumbleclaw far and wide. I had looked everywhere, really everywhere, and turned my salon upside down 100 times. It is a total disaster, and the first time that one of my protégés was lost.
Well, that's why I'm here. I hope very much to be able to help you in the search. Would you mind if I took a look around the salon and the surrounding area?
No, of course not. Feel free to look around everywhere. It is not impossible that I have overlooked something. I am almost blind, you know. One of my last guests was, well, a little uncooperative. And I still have half a can of hairspray in my eyes.
Ouch. I mean, that sounds painful.
You have no idea. Since the pain has subsided to some extent, I see colors that I didn't know before. Which is a real problem in my job. I can't deliver a brown dog in black. That would not be very good for my reputation. So now I'm standing here in the fresh air.
Next to a garbage can wrapped in cigarette smoke.
And wait for brown to be brown again. Black to be black again, and white to be white again. After that, I will rejoin the search for Mr. Fumbleclaw. And if you have any questions, whether about Mr. Fumbleclaw or about the possibilities of your hairstyle, just ask me.
Thank you. I will.
Yes, do you still need help with your hairstyle?
Can you think of anything else that might help me find Mr. Fumbleclaw?
Well, as I've told you before, I had almost completed preparation. The water had the bat comb, and all.
Then what?
And then? No, I have. It's a.
Well, would you mind?
No, it is not. I am, and I.
Ouch.
Oh, which is a. So.
Next to a.
And if you. Is there.
You seem to have a little nicotine problem. Could that be?
Is it really that obvious? But yeah, you're probably right. But you also have no idea what kind of stress my job brings with it. Many think the life of a pet celebrity hairstylist is as glamorous as the tabloids commonly celebrate it.
Is it not? You must know that I've been an avid reader of furry romances for many years.
Thank you for your example. That local rag is the biggest nonsense ever.
Really? You mean your goldfish Klaus has never had romance with a dwarf carp named Brigitte?
I'm afraid I have to disappoint you. I don't have a goldfish. I don't even have a goldfish bowl. And Brigitte is the name of my crazy sister, and Klaus is the name of her equally crazy fiancé. But it's precisely these kinds of conversations and justifications of which I have to conduct what feels like 1,000 times a day, that eat away at my nerves enormously.
Oh, I didn't know that. Would it help if I promised to write you an angry letter to the editor in which I insist on getting the facts right?
No, it would help if I didn't have to have this kind of conversation in the first place. The battle of facts versus tabloids is unfortunately a hopeless one. Believe me, I let it often enough in my early days as a rising star in the celebrity pet hairdresser world. And yet all I want is simply to practice my craft, and to help the furry darlings of a wealthy clientele to the grace inherent in each of them from the beginning, and without constant disturbances from crazy fans.
Fans like me.
Fans like you. Please don't misunderstand me. I am quite honored by your interest in my craft. But creativity and constant harassment just don't mix. And the result is the nicotine-addicted wreck that stands here before you now. Now there is the added stress of Lady Longbottom's runaway cat.
Well, that's what I'm here for. Here to help. Scott Whiskers, the animal detective.
I have heard that somewhere before.
And until I find Mr. Fumbleclaw, and I will, you might want to consider nicotine patches.
Oh yes, there are already about 24 stuck on my right arm.
Oh. Okay. Just try to avoid any kind of additional stress.
Alright, I will. By ending this conversation at this point, I had an idea for a new Chihuahua look 5 minutes ago. Now I have to think about that a bit more and finalize the concept in my mind's eye. These tiny Chihuahua stylings are real challenges every time. And you don't win the Chihuahua of the Year in furry romances just like that.
Good. Then I better leave you alone to work.
Thank you for your understanding. Yes,
I have a few more questions regarding your Ricky's Finest contest.
Sure. What do you want to know?
How did you get the idea to create a beauty contest for cats?
Well, isn't that obvious? There is simply no better advertisement for my salon than a regionally recognized competition that bears my name. Day after day, I do the hair of the most beautiful cats of the upper 10,000. And for the majority of my well-heeled clientele, their animals are far more than just hairy family members at most. These cats are, first of all, one thing: beautiful status symbols. And the greatest misfortune that could happen to these gentlemen is when the neighbor's kitty gets a higher score at Ricky's Finest than their own.
You mean in the end it's mainly you who benefits from this eternal competition?
Of course! Cat owners like Lady Longbottom or Lady Beaufort would pay any price to see their beautiful creatures on the winner's podium.
And I guess they do just that.
Oh yes, but don't think that's easy money. It's the constant development of new hairstyles for, say, the Scottish Fold or the Norwegian Forest Cat that challenges my creativity every year. And newfangled pedigreed cats like the Sphinx are very special challenges.
Sphinx? You mean the breed without hair? What is there to do here?
I told you, it's a real challenge. With breeds like the Sphinx, it's not so much a perfect hairstyle that counts, but much more a perfect decoration. Like, for example, a self-knitted little blue dress made of the finest cashmere wool. Or just a blue bow of finest silk, which screams to the viewer, "Yes, I am naked, but I am also beautiful."
So you think every cat is a work of art in its own right, regardless of breed or hair?
You got it. And my job as an artist is to present this work of art in the best possible way.
And to sell it the best possible way.
Yes, of course. The best works by Vincent van Gogh or Pablo Picasso were commissioned works. But were they any less grandiose because of that?
I can't judge that. I actually only read the Spider-Man comics, but they're also based on a certain financial idea.
Well, there you go. Art and commerce don't have to get in each other's way. And you've never seen a cat's satisfied smile after standing atop the winner's podium of Ricky's finest.
You mean the satisfied smile of their owners?
No. I do mean the cat's smile.
Can cats smile?
Of course. After winning Ricky's finest, they are all smiles. They can't help it.
Would you also do my cat Jimmy's hair? And would he have any chance of winning? He is just a normal house cat, you must know, born in the cowshed as one of 12 siblings.
Race and origin do not play a role. Every cat is a potential winner at Ricky's finest. And of course, I would be happy to give your Jimmy the extravagance you surely want for him.
Great!
After paying the Ricky's Finest participation fee of £25,000. And for just another £15,000, I guarantee a place on the winner's podium. Only via prepayment. PayPal is unfortunately not accepted.
Oh, I'm afraid I can't afford that.
Oh, doesn't matter. I'll just save you a place on the list of participants for next year.
That's very nice of you.
For only £15,000. Prepayment only, no PayPal. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Do you have some hairstyling tips for people too?
You mean for people like you?
Yes?
And for hair like yours?
Yes?
Do you want an honest opinion? Or rather, a nice opinion?
Couldn't you do both?
I'm afraid not. Your hair does not even show a useful, basic structure. Obviously you wash it daily with the cheapest dishwashing detergent you could find. The cut of your hairstyle obviously comes from a cheap video game template. Your dyed hair can see its wrong shade at a distance of 6 miles.
I am really blonde.
The shiny, greasy substance is evidence of a long internship at Burger King.
That was only 3 months during semester break 4 years ago.
The dandruff on your shoulders is evidence that the heating in your apartment is set way too hot.
I just happen to get cold easily.
And the obvious hair loss means you'll probably be as bald as Bruce Willis by 40. So, now those were the nice points. Are you ready for the messy side of my analyses?
You mean that was the nicest thing you could think of about my hair?
I'm afraid so. And as my professor used to say during the online continuing education course, From Mortician to Star Hairdresser in 14 Days, always start a customer conversation with a few nice words first.
Oops, that reminds me. I still have this appointment.
Oh, what a pity. I would have a few honest but extremely constructive suggestions for fashionable full hair wigs for you.
I'll come back to it next time.
All right, you know where to find me. Always ready to advise even two-legged hairy emergencies like you.
That's all for now.
Just come back if you need some more advice regarding your unkempt hair.
A traffic camera. It's aimed at the street right in front of Ricky's pet salon. Maybe the camera recorded something that could help me find Mr. Fumbleclaw. I should ask Ricky about that.
Yes, do you still need...
Can you possibly tell me something about the traffic camera up there? Could it have recorded something?
That's honestly a good question. The camera was installed up there a while ago to keep an eye on the traffic offenders of this street. For some reason, the area has gradually evolved into a paradise for aspiring Formula One racers. And when crossing the street, it has become a pure gamble whether you will reach the other side of the street alive before the start of the next race.
Sounds like a dangerous place to be.
You have no idea. This used to be such a quiet neighborhood here. And I pray that the runaway Mr. Fumbleclaw did not attempt to cross the street.
That would be bad indeed, but let's think positively. Surely there's a very simple explanation for his disappearance. I'd still like to know what was going on outside your salon at the time of the disappearance.
You think the camera might have recorded something important?
Yeah, that would be logical. If you've already thoroughly searched your salon, it's not impossible that the cat escaped through the open door. Perhaps he's disappeared into one of the surrounding back alleys and is now waiting to be rescued. Do you really have no idea what the recordings could tell me? Have you possibly been busy here in the camera area for the last few days?
Oh no, the camera would probably just show me standing here maintaining my nicotine level.
Alright, in any case, I should take a look at the camera's recordings.
That could be difficult. The camera belongs to the city and is therefore part of the city's traffic monitoring network. Therefore, the records are certainly archived in the nearby police station. You would have to break into the probably best secured building in the vicinity, sneak past the best trained police officers in town, outsmart the most advanced surveillance system in the immediate vicinity, and then make a copy of the surveillance tapes without being noticed.
You say that almost as if it were a major problem. I am quite creative in solving such problems, you must know. At the end of the day, this is about rescuing a helpless cat. I'm happy to take any risk for that.
I think that's great, really, and I really hope that your research will be successful. You will have plenty of time to think about it in the prison cell.
But, what did I just tell you? Think positively!
Sorry, you're right, of course. I apologize for my cynicism. Nicotine withdrawal is getting to me. I wish you good luck with your research. And please, definitely let me know if you find out anything.
Strangely surreal images of dogs. Good! A pair of sharp scissors in your pocket. What could possibly go wrong? Good. I'm sure I'll find another hamster who will be happy about it. As this restroom has never been visited by a cleaner, I don't have to feel guilty. Ugh, nothing in the world would make me voluntarily use this toilet. The sink must be leaking, or one of Ricky's customers has been playing water games here. Great, now my pants pockets smell like dog urine. My days as a graffiti artist are actually long gone. but I still like the aroma of paint thinner in the morning. So now the black monster became a brown monster. Ugh, I hate spiders.
The fluorine antimony acid concentration is still too low. I still need a little more.
All right. Let's make sure that Susie's dream of a monster movie comes true. And at the same time, and I'm pretty sure of this, save Mr. Snuggles' life. Come to Papa. And in you go, you nasty spider. Ta-da! What a great special effect on 8 legs.
Hey, what are you doing? Hands off my experiment. I still need the hamster.
What hamster?
What the heck? Where is my hamster?
Hamster? You mean the one that just turned into that nasty monster right before my eyes?
Excuse me? Please don't pull my leg. Are you sure?
I'm telling you, I wouldn't lie to a child. 1 second he was there, and the next he looked like... whatever that is.
Really?
Really?
Wow! That means my last formula for Mr. Snuggles' food addition actually worked. Oh, I still can't believe it. I have created a monster. Fantastic. Oh, I think I'm about to faint. Yay! 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 Yes!
I guess congratulations are in order. Sounds like you're a big step closer to your planned monster movie.
You have no idea what this success means for my project. Mr. Snuggles' transformation into this monster tarantula was the missing piece of the puzzle.
So it doesn't bother you that the monster is so small and lazy?
I admit that the final result is not quite ideal. But the size can be compensated very easily with a suitable camera setting. And as for the movements, I'll have to resort to subtle CGI effects. But just on a minimal level, really. The effects in my movie should still remain practical in nature and CGI only where there really is no other way.
Sounds like your masterpiece could be in theatres soon.
Hopefully soon. Yes, because of the expanded CGI effects budget, I'm facing an awkward conversation with the movie's producer for now.
Producer?
My father.
Oh, I see.
Yes, somehow he still thinks I should just make my movie with clay puppets. With clay dolls. How old am I? fool! Unfortunately, I really can't avoid modelling and visualising planned CGI scenes in the modelling clay first. As a rule, however, Father is quickly convinced when he sees my visions before his eyes. So it's just an annoying formality.
Great! Sounds like you've got everything under control. And I'm pretty sure that one of the legs of your hamster spider just moved.
Really?
I already said it before. I wouldn't lie to a child.
Great! But now, I really have to get back to work. Unfortunately, my supply of modelling clay is almost gone, and I urgently need to produce new clay.
Can't you just send Rumstone out to buy some?
You can't just get movie modelling clay at the store. It has very special requirements and must not melt away when the cameras are running. No, I prefer to make it myself. I'm pretty good at chemistry, you know. And I strive for perfection in all areas of my movie.
Then have fun!
Thanks. Then, though, I still don't really understand what you actually want here in my room. I don't think you're much good as a pizza boy.
A human outline made of chalk. Presumably children have played here with chalk. This is a fold-out brochure with portraits of the most wanted criminals in the region. Very creepy. Good day, I'd like to report a missing cat.
Good day. Excuse me, a missing cat? This is a police department, not an animal shelter.
Yes, but it is a real emergency. Lord Fumbleclaw's been missing for several days and his family are very worried.
Whoa, a real lord? Then what's all this nonsense about the cat? Inspector Craddock is responsible for noble missing persons cases. However, like me, he is currently very busy and has little time for new cases.
Is the inspector available now? Sounds like he's the right person to talk to about Lord Fumbleclaw's case. I have some clues from the cat's hairdresser that I would like to discuss with the inspector.
Hairdresser? And a cat again? My good boy, you're not under the influence of any substances by any chance? I'm sure I still have a youth education sheet of why drugs are evil lying around here somewhere.
No, I don't do drugs. Lord Fumbleclaw is the cat's name. Can I speak to the inspector now, please?
So now we're back to the cat. I already said that the inspector hardly has time for new cases at the moment. And as sorry as I am with your blue-blooded animal, missing cats are not really a high priority.
Couldn't I at least have a quick word with the inspector?
Sorry, at the moment that is out of the question.
Perhaps the person in charge of the city surveillance camera would be available to talk to.
That would probably be Sergeant Paul. But Sergeant Paul is also very busy at the moment and has no time for such trifles as a missing cat.
Trifles? I guess you're not a big animal lover.
Nope, I'm allergic to anything that has hair. So, as I said before, Inspector Craddock is currently investigating an important case of vandalism at the Longbottom family estate. And it is quite simple that the real crime has priority with us. Before any missing pets.
I understand. Vandalism at the Longbottom's estate. Is there anything known about it yet?
Are you seriously asking me that? I can't possibly pass on knowledge about the status of the investigation to uninvolved parties.
I'm not uninvolved.
Excuse me?
I mean, I'm not uninterested in the case. I am, well, also something of an amateur detective.
I bet you are. Still, why don't you leave the police work to the real police? And if you really have something to contribute to the case, you're welcome to make an appointment with the inspector for next week.
But it's really, really important that I talk to the inspector now.
Not a chance. As I said, we are all very, very busy here. Now please, don't waste any more of my time. I have important things to do.
All right. I will be back.
I bet you will.
A half-full box of delicious donuts. I can smell the stinky trash from the outside all the way over here. Yuck! Now I feel much safer. Assaulting a police officer with a dangerous weapon. What could possibly go wrong?
Ouch!
Sweet dreams. And I better destroy the weapon of crime. I think Constable Smith's birthday's coming up. He drew a small donut with a candle in the 12th box, but no idea which month the calendar page shows. Unfortunately, I don't know Japanese. The code input field for the door control. I think the door is open now. And once again, I am very impressed with myself. I don't think anyone will miss this museum piece here. I should really charge the battery. Perfect! The battery's now fully charged. It's time for some nice photos.